I hear this all the time, and that is because this used to be true, that embryos survived at a much higher rate than eggs survive the thawing process. However, we do a new kind of freezing, which is fast freezing or vitrification of the eggs and embryos, and that has brought them much closer to the same chances of survival. And so about 90% or more of the eggs are expected to survive the freeze-thaw process, and about 95% of embryos. So that's pretty darn close. There's also the thought that embryos are much likely to work than a frozen egg, but this is slightly off as well, because it takes more eggs than one egg to make an embryo. And so the embryos are further down the process and you have more information that they are already there. So yes, each individual embryo has a higher chance of success than each individual egg. However, if you're starting at the beginning of the process, the number of eggs will narrow down to about the same number of embryos, whether you do that fresh or if you do that for freezing them and thawing and fertilizing them in the future. Either way, you typically have the same number of potential chances at pregnancy. So the most important factor in whether you want to freeze eggs or embryos is whether or not you're ready to commit your eggs to the sperm. And a really good study was actually just published comparing cost effectiveness of egg freezing earlier age with waiting and doing IVF at an older age. And I can share that with you if you want.